Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Achyutananta Govinda Madhava Achyutananta Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare Satchidananda Narayana Hare Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Krishna Govinda Narayana बोलिए राधावर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. We shall chant verse number 21 and 22 of the third chapter of the Gita together. Yadyadacharati shresthaः tattadevetaro janaः sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्त एव च कर्मणि. Bhagavan said, a person who is an ideal for someone to emulate, a leader, someone who is looked up to by society, by other people, they also, whether they like it or not, have to shoulder the responsibility of leading the society towards the right direction. And if they have already gone astray, that person will have to assume the responsibility of bringing them back to the right path. And once this responsibility is understood, we will understand that there is this very, very important duty, and this duty has to be undertaken without attachment, without any kind of likes or dislikes, with complete sense of dedication and ownership. Bhagavan says, I don't have any duty because I don't want to gain anything from anyone. Still, I am always engaged in action for the sake of everyone. So, therefore, you should also do. And Bhagavan goes ahead to say in the next verse, if I do not do this, so what will happen? So, next two verses, Bhagavan is talking about this part. Verse numbers 26 and 23 and 24, we shall chant. Please repeat. यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम् जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम् संकरस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामिमाः प्रजाः यदि if aham na varteyam karmani, if I do not engage myself in action, and how atandritaha, without being lazy, without relaxing, if I do not live an active life devoid of laziness, then what will happen? Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha sarvasha. All people will follow me. In this statement, we find there is a hidden sarcasm also, that if I do not live a active life without laziness, means if I am lazy and I don't do anything, then people will follow me. Means now people are not following. Still I am living an active life. If I don't do this, definitely people will follow me, because they will say, this is easy to follow. And all of us know this. Whatever is convenient, we follow. Whatever is not, we say, Dekh, Bhagwan can do. How can we do all those things? This is exactly what. So here, Bhagwan is indicated very clearly that if I do not act, if I don't live an active life, people will start following that part of my life. They will not follow other things. This part they will follow. And we see this in ourselves also. Whenever there is any role model or any ideal, anything that we may read or see or whatever, we always first start doing things that are convenient. From there only we begin. There's no harm, but we stop there. There was this Shishya who the Guru was guiding him, etc. So Shishya usually is supposed to be serving the Guru. So this Guru in the morning, 4 o'clock, he came. He said, Shishya Maharaj, wake up. It is 4 o'clock. We have to go to the nearby river, take a dip, and then we have to come back. Come on, let's go. Shishya said, oh Guru Maharaj, sorry, you have to come and wake me up. You just go ahead, I'm just joining you. I'll come behind you. Okay. Guru came back. Shishya Maharaj, please wake up. Now we have to do puja. Come, let's go. Do puja. Oh, sorry, Guru Maharaj, you just go. I'll just quickly have a bath and come. Now only I'm coming behind you. Guru came after some time. Shishya Maharaj, now puja is done. Now you have to go for breakfast. Huh? Come, let's go for breakfast. Shishya got up. Guru Maharaj, I am ready. Let's go. So he said, now you are ready to come. I said, how could you come now? So he said, Guru Maharaj, twice already I did not obey you. If third time also I didn't obey you, then I will go to hell only. So I thought now at least I should obey. Why? It was breakfast, that is why. Convenience. What we want to do, that is the first thing we will obey, we will emulate, we will copy, all these things. So that is why our questions are also like that only. Good people who are living righteous life, why they have so much of difficulty, this, that. And then the bad people see they have comfortable life. So then I should be bad. That aspect of badness which is convenient to us, we will adapt. And then that aspect which is convenient in these people, they we will take up. So Bhagavan is very clearly saying, if I don't act, people will follow that part of me. Let's see, Bhagavan also did not work. So I can also choose not to. That is why at the end of Mahabharat war, on the last day, when there was this Duryodhan and Bhima fight, on that day suddenly Balramji came. And Balramji came and he started, he got excited because both were his own disciples, Bhima and Duryodhan. And both of them were fighting. And then when Bhima hit Duryodhan on his thigh, then this Balramji got very excited and said, this is wrong, you should not have done this, this is against the rule. That he started scolding Bhima. At that time, Sri Krishna said that when it was time for you to take all the responsibility and be a part of this transformational, not just one person's, the whole society was undergoing transformation. There was a decisive war when dharma and adharma were fighting against each other. That time you were supposed to support dharma and stand by it. That time you went away to Tirtha Yatra. Now you have no right to speak about this. Shri Krishna says that at the end of Mahabharata. You can't do that. It's not right. You have to be a part of this whole process. And then if you were an active part and then after that you say that, okay, this was wrong or right or whatever, then you are allowed to speak. Otherwise, you're not allowed to speak here. Often we also do that. When there is actually time to act, that time we are not there. And then when there is, some people for credit they will be there, for criticizing they will be there, for taking photos they will be there in the front, workers will be behind working, busy working. So each one, all of us, and we all have this weakness in some way or the other. Bhagavan is aware of this weakness. Bhagavan is not criticizing us. Bhagavan is not saying that this. Bhagavan is saying that this is what will happen, and I know, therefore I am taking the responsibility, because the one who understands has to take responsibility. Swami Akhandaji Maharaj has said very, very, without mincing his words, he said, "Samajhdar ko sahan karna padta hai." The one who understands has to forbear. Because the one who doesn't understand anyway will not know what he or she is doing to the whole system. So therefore here, the one who understands. So that is what Bhagavan is saying, I understand, therefore I take responsibility. Now look at that, the complete opposite viewpoint with the same premise. Arjuna in the first chapter said, we who understand, we should not fight. That's what Arjuna said in the first chapter, that we all understand, then at least we should remain away from the fight. And here Bhagavan is saying, we understand, therefore we should fight. We should not run away. Because we understand we have to take responsibility. So he says, if I don't do, people will follow that part. Other part they may not follow. But this is important. That is why Bhagavan, see, Arjun did not demand that Krishna Bhagavan should become his Sarathi. Arjun said, you just be on my side, that's all. Bhagavan said, what will I do sitting in the camp? So on your side means what? I will be by your side also. I will be in your chariot. I will drive the chariot. Action. I will live an active life. And charioteer has to take care of not just the warrior standing behind, he has to take care of the horses, the chariot, the wheels, everything. He is responsible. And Bhagavan played that role beautifully. Every day, every night, he used to take care of the horses. So, such active, if I don't do this without laziness, then people will become lazy. People will follow that part of it. And we have to understand this Bhagavan is giving his own example, but this is for us also. Because as we discussed yesterday, our own life also, there are many who are looking at us, emulating us without our knowing also, people are looking up to us. And it may be even strangers, need not be only known people. So we have to take that responsibility. So it is not a pressure or anything. It is not something that, you have to do this and all. It's not a burden type of thing. Bhagavan is saying, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, whether we accept it or not, we have to take this responsibility because we already have it. People are there looking at us. What to do? So he's saying that I will have to work. Otherwise, it is going to. See, the point is, if a great person, like Bhagwan, he is saying that I don't have any duties. A person of knowledge also, he was said that one who is reveling in himself and doesn't have anything else to gain from the world, he is satisfied, contented, fulfilled within himself. Such a person, if he or she does not do anything, they don't lose anything. They have nothing to lose because they have nothing to gain, they have nothing to lose also. So, for a person of knowledge, for a realized person, for a Jivan Mukta, for a Sthita Prajna, even if they don't do anything, there is nothing they will lose. But if we look at such people and follow what they are doing, then we will get destroyed. And Bhagwan does not want us to get destroyed. Therefore, his compassion, he is saying, therefore, I am engaged in action. Look at the compassion Bhagwan has. Because there's nothing he is going to lose. He's saying, but if I don't act, people will follow that, people will become lazy, and that will be their destruction. I don't want them to get destroyed. Therefore, I always engage in action. Mamavartmanuvartante manushya partha sarvasha. They will follow my actions, my path only. Whether we like it or not, we will follow. And that is why today we look at, some movies also have been made based on these kind of things. People question, people of other faith question, your God did this, your God did that. See, what are they questioning? They are questioning these kind of things only. They are not questioning so many great things that were accomplished. So much of compassion is there. All that nobody will even notice. What will people point at? He did that, he did that. Without understanding, of course, it is completely foolish. No doubt about it. But the worst part is our own children also will start singing the same tunes, listening to see these kind of things. Yeah, I think he's right, she's right. I think, yeah, why did Bhagavan do like that? Without understanding. So that is what Bhagavan is saying. People will follow me. They may not have devotion for me. They may not have faith in me. But they will follow all those things which they feel convenient about. That is why I don't want to do this. And in the next verse, he is saying, therefore, what will happen? Utsideyuhu ime lokaha. This whole world, the whole generation, all these people will perish, will get destroyed because of that. Because of what? Nakuryam karma chedaham. If I don't act. See what what sense of responsibility. This is what is Bhagwan's responsibility. We have to understand this. Because we sometimes, we listen to Bhagwan Shri Krishna's Leelas and Bhagavad and then Rama and Ramchandraji's Leelas and all. We say, oh, he was so such a great, Bhagwan, very compassionate and loving all the devotees and blessing everyone, this, that, all that we understand. But this aspect, if we understand, if it sinks in, we feel he lived an active life only for us so that we don't get destroyed. Otherwise, if I don't act, the whole world will get destroyed. See, it is like, let us say, if these same words, Bhagwan's manifestations, Vibhuti is only all the sun, moon, stars, everything. So if the sun says, if I don't visit people every day, they will perish. And we can understand this now very well. Today, we say, thank you, Bhagwan. Thank you for coming out. Today, you are living an active life. Yesterday, you decided to rest, and he suffered. See, 2-3 days, he decides, okay, I want to pull a blanket over my head and sleep. If Surya Devata pulls a blanket over his head just 2-3 days, our mind gets, see, physically whatever we are, we feel cold and all those things, that's one thing. The mind becomes gloomy and negative and low and everything. Psychological problems will start. Just imagine. So Bhagwan Surya Narayan says that if I don't work, this world will perish. We can directly understand this even physically. Same way, this Bhagwan is saying, if I don't work, the whole world will perish. See, and his work includes so many things which we don't take credit for, we can't take credit for, and it's good that it is not put on our shoulders. For example, digestion. His work, it is not our work. Just imagine if we were given this responsibility that you have to digest whatever you eat. Difficult. Because eating, we look at this much space and eat what my tongue likes. One side, what factory is going on, I don't even know. But if I was given the responsibility to digest, then after food, 2 hours, don't disturb me. No phone calls, no meetings, nothing. Why? I am digesting. And once I digest, again I am hungry. So this is a cycle going on. I can't even sleep. Now I eat nicely and then sleep. And by morning, everything, all digestion, everything is done. Otherwise, we'll have to keep awake all night. What are you doing? I'm digesting. What time did you sleep? I slept at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I slept at 2 o'clock because yesterday I had very light dinner. Oh, what to do? I had a very heavy dinner, so I had to spend more time digesting. Thank God, this is Bhagwan's work. If he does not do this, we know what happens. If he doesn't do this work, digestion, breathing, thank God, breathing is automatic. Automatic means what? Bhagwan is doing that work. He did not give us the responsibility. Otherwise, we'll be standing, there will be somebody's body. What happened? Forgetfulness. Cause of death, forgetfulness. Why? He forgot to breathe. So this will happen. Just imagine, Bhagwan is so kind that he took away all these important portfolios he has kept with himself. He gave us some insignificant things and said, go, do whatever. There's problem. So here Bhagwan is saying, if I don't act, things, people will perish just like that. Utsedeyuhu ime lokaha na kuryam karma chedaham. And because of that, what happens? People are following my actions the way they want to follow. Whatever is convenient for them, their own understanding and interpretation, and therefore there is a major confusion in the society. Sankarasya kartasyam upahanyamivav prajaha. What will happen? I will be responsible to create confusion in the masses. Then Bhagwan is taking responsibility. Nobody needs to hold him responsible. Nobody can hold him responsible. Nobody can blame Bhagwan. Bhagwan, you are doing like this. But he is himself taking responsibility. He is saying, see, I will be the one who will be responsible to create this whole confusion in the society. People will emulate me the way they want to emulate. They will interpret everything the way they want to. Even after Bhagwan doing everything that he did, still many of us interpret in our own fancy ways, and we have our own ways of emulating. In spite of all this, if he did not do, what would have happened? Sankarasya cha kartasyam. Upahanyayama. I would have been the one responsible for killing all these people, destroying all these people. The whole, my subjects, my dear children, Praja means children. So my children would have been destroyed by me. And how can I see that? So therefore, I cannot afford to create such confusion. See, it's very important point here that is indicated. That a person who is capable of leading the society to goodness or greatness also has the capacity to destroy the society and can be the reason for the downfall of society. Does that one? And that is why we, in our culture, traditionally, our grandparents, etc., used to tell us stories of Dhruva, Prahlada, Nachiketa, because they were the ideals that we wanted to emulate. Now we have some sports people, some cinema stars. So these people, and they are very impressive outside, but their personal lives are messed up. And if such ideals we have, anybody who emulates such a person who is from outside on the screen is very good, but his personal life is messed up. Now, what will I emulate from that person? What do I have to get inspired? And if I, at the end of the day, I understand that it is all, show off, outside show off is very good, but inside everything is messed up. And I say, this is normal. So I live a messed up life. It is normal. So I don't even aspire to live an ideal life. This kind of ideals, if we have, what will happen? And that is why it is important, because that one ideal can destroy. That is why Bhagavan is not letting Arjuna run away. Because Arjuna was a Shrestha Purusha of that time. People were looking up to him. He was the greatest archer of those times. That Arjuna, if he would have ran away from battlefield, then what will happen? It is a new normal. What? You prepare yourself for a battle, you come to the battlefield, you look at the thing, if it is too difficult, go away. That is a new normal. And today, are we not seeing such kind of cases where people give up and say, this is normal? So, there may be genuine reasons, there may be health issues, all those things, that is all okay, but without any such genuine reason. Sometimes we have become weak. We have become weak because of our own minds following wrong things in people. And we do not know what to choose, what to emulate. We don't know. What is the real thing that has given success to the person? We say wrongdoers also are successful. But is wrongdoing leading that person to success? Or some right thing he has done in the past and therefore we can see him successful today, but what he is doing now is actually destroying his own success. Are we able to see that? We don't have that ability to see that. We don't have that viveka, that discrimination, and therefore we will follow whatever we are seeing. It is okay to have illicit relationships. It is okay to have, we don't need to be committed. commitment to between two people mutually also is missing. And even if that is there, further commitment that okay, having a child, no, I don't want responsibility of the child. What is this? This much also we can't commit. So small things, small responsibility. I don't want any guests at home. Then why did you build a house? Just to stay? Actually, because in our culture, house is built so that you can welcome guests. Simple. Otherwise, you can live under a tree also. Our rishis have lived like that. Vashishta Rishi was living in his ashram in a small kutia. When Vishwamitra Rishi, he was a king at that time before. He came with his army and he was fighting a battle, and then his soldiers were all tired. Now Vishwamitra Rishi saw this Vashishta Rishi's ashram, and so huge army of soldiers were there. And he came and said, can you help? I don't know. Our soldiers are tired, hungry, thirsty. Something has to be done because our army needs some. So Vashishta Rishi, he was a tapasvi. He had Kamadhenu, cow. So he went, prayed to Kamadhenu, said, please serve these Kshatriyas. They are doing something to protect our land, our culture. So please help them. And all the desires were fulfilled. He was not living in a big house. He was living in a kutia. But he still entertained guests. So this is the ideal. So when we listen to something like that, we say, oh, if Rishi is living in the forest can entertain guests, then we should also take responsibility. Kanva Rishi. These are all very famous rishis. Kanva Rishi. He was again a rishi. He was a monk. He was a mendicant. He got a child. He adopted this child, Shakuntala. And then she was married to Dushyanta. And both of them had the son called Bharata. And after that, Bharata only is named our country as Bharata. He was a great king of our land. So Kanva Rishi took responsibility. So if such rishis are taking responsibility, we also need to. We are living in this society. We are constantly taking things from the society. We have to return. Those people who are living in forest, they are not taking anything from the society, but still they are returning. So that is the ideal. So Bhagavan is saying that is how, if I am an ideal and if I can lead the people to greatness, I can also, with one slip of mine, can lead to the destruction of the people. Therefore, I take up this responsibility. Arjuna, if I can take up, why can't you? And the difference is, Krishna need not take it up. Because he has nothing to lose. We, on the other hand, have to take it up because we are bound by the duty. Therefore, we must. So this is the difference. Bhagavan is saying, I am not bound, still I am doing it. What is your problem? For me, even if I do or not do, it is not going to make a difference. But for you, if you don't do, it will destroy you. If you do it, you will be liberated. So why not? So that is why Bhagavan is giving his own example and saying, see, look, you know me since so many years. Am I not all the time engaged in righteous action? Then do that. Oh, now we say, this is understood, Bhagavan. Now I know that I must. But then this last point that you said of taking responsibility of society, I am little scared of that. Really, like everyone is looking up to me. Yes, not everyone, but then considerable number of people are looking up to you. You have to take that responsibility. Can you guide me on this? Bhagavan saying, yes, I will give you some basic principles of leadership. Because what is this? Leadership only. Whether we like it or not, we are leaders. So, how to be a good leader? Here, Bhagavan is very beautifully explaining that in the next two verses. So, we shall read the two verses 25 and 26. Satta karmanya vidvamsah यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम् न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् अज्ञानां कर्मसङ्गिनाम् जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन्. He's saying, कर्मणि सक्ताः अविद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति. Hey Bharata, Arjuna is addressed as what? Bharata. Bharatavansha. He belongs to Bharatavansha. Bharata. Saying, hey Bharata. And who is Bharata? The one who is reveling in knowledge. Says, you understand. Hey Bharata, there are people who are ignorant, avidvamsaha, not knowing, not understanding, and therefore saktaha, karmani saktaha, they are attached to action. Action or its result. So we sometimes are attached to the action itself or sometimes the result of the action. So they are extremely attached because of avidvamsaha, because they are ignorant. So due to ignorance, being attached with action, there are people who work. They are very active. They work very hard. But what is their motivation? Motivation is either their own likes or dislikes, their own aspiration for something worldly. It could be position, it could be fame, it could be wealth, it could be anything. But something which is limited, finite, such kind of thing. So those people who are extremely attached to the action or the outcome in terms of wealth or fame or whatever, the way they act, ignorant people act. So how will they act? Only people, they sometimes forget food also, sometimes forget sleep also. They are ready to travel here, there, constantly jet setting, meeting after meeting, and do this, do that, so many things. Why? Time is money. They spend every moment productivity. So constantly focused on that and working very hard to the extent that even they don't care about their health also. That extent. I've heard that Dhirubhai Ambani, when he started very humbly at a petrol pump, but later on, when he became this business tycoon, he said he could have only one bowl of moong ka pani. That's all his system could digest. He could not eat anything else. So he did not care about his health also, kept. We have to earn money, name, fame. Look at now, elections are coming. How these people hard work. They are not able to stand also independently. But they will be standing in the election as independents. Want to defeat big parties. I will independent. Because the independent funda is also there. That if you are an independent, you choose the ruling party and join. So you never fail. You never get defeated. The point is, all these people who are aspiring something worldly, they all work so hard in front of them. We who have good intentions, who want to serve our Guru with gratitude, how much do we work? If we compare those people, somebody one some video only somebody I saw these people, the politicians and all, just before this election campaign and all, then they want to ask for votes and all. So they say, no, here there is a basti, a small, hutment settlement where there are just 25 families. They will go from all the slush and muck and everything. They will walk through that and then they will meet everybody. हमको वोट देना, हमको वोट देना. They will do all those things just for those gains, and the level of their motivation is so high. So they'll take a cameraman and sit in a farmer's house and eat. Photos taken? Okay. An auto wala's place, I will go for lunch. All this I will do. So much of, just imagine, even if it is for, somebody, a videographer is there, somebody is there, still that person is working. You can't deny that. Night and day, rain or shine, they are working. Whatever they may have, good intentions, bad intentions, doesn't matter. But people, worldly gains, they are inspired by and they do so much. Bhagavan is saying, the way these ignorant people work, the same way a knowledgeable person should work, minus the attachment. Look at the guideline. Guideline is so perfectly given that we can understand this. That as an ignorant person works for name, fame, wealth, etc., same way without that attachment, a person who is knowledgeable, who is walking this path, who is listening to the Gita, who is Sri Krishna's lover, should do that. That kind of work. If these kind of political parties, they have a rally. We see one rally they organize. They will get people from all over the place. Truckloads of people. They'll give money, just come and stand there. So much of work they have to do to get all these things. So how much more for, and this is for personal gains. Just imagine, and somebody who is doing it for the society, something noble, something great, out of gratitude, out of devotion, how much more are we supposed to? Bhagavan is saying, exactly the ignorant way how he works, that way a person of knowledge should work, but without attachment. Kuryad vidwams tatha asattah chikirshur loka sangraham. Without attachment, the same way that person should, the person of knowledge should work. Why? So that he can lead the society in the right direction. Swami Taponji Maharaj, right from his young days, He was a realized master only. He went and sat in Uttarkashi. Now, whoever went to him, he taught. Was he bound to teach? Was there any condition? Anybody comes, you have to teach. No. He was teaching everyone. Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj. He taught. He even had a clinic where he used to cure people. Why? His doctor profession he had given up long ago. But still, he continued doing that. And because see, we are sitting here because of these kind of Mahatmas only. That this Shivanand Maharaj and Tapan Maharaj, someone like Gurudev in his youth went to these people, saw their lives that they were contributing so much to the society. That's what transformed Gurudev. And that's why we are all sitting here. So these sannyasis who need not work, they worked. Why would Gurudev want to start a mission and so many centers and so many schools and hospitals, this, that, rural development and this? Why? What did he get out of it? Nothing. He had nothing to gain, he had nothing to lose also. If he would not have done any of these things, nobody could have blamed him. Why did you not start Chinmay Mission? Why did you not start study groups? Why did you not start schools? Nobody would have told him anything. But he did. And the way he was engaged in action all the time. Every day, 20 hours minimum. Constantly, either writing letters, having meetings, or teaching classes, traveling from here to there, world over. Every fifth or seventh day, he's in a new city, new country, new place, new people, constantly inspiring people. And every little, even a 30-second time with Gurudev has transformed people's lives. What kind of work? His heart was working 20%, 15%, 10%. People used to go and ask him, Gurudev, how are you feeling? He said, keep quiet. Don't speak loudly, otherwise the body will hear that it is not well, then it will stop working. That was his. We have seen in the year 93, health was very bad. That time doctor had told him not to speak more than 20 minutes in the whole day. Only 20 minutes. That was the advice of the doctor. Gurudev would come out at 6:30 and as usual roar till 8 o'clock. Those 90 minutes, nobody could make out that he is not well. Nobody could make out that his heart only 20% or 10% is functioning. Nobody. That was, Gurudev has lived these verses. That like an ignorant person works, a knowledgeable person works without attachment, but in the same way, with the same zest. That is what is a guideline for us Bhagavan is giving. And for what? Taking the responsibility of society. Because nobody will come and put it on our shoulder. We have to take it. So a leader is one who takes up responsibility, not one who is given responsibility. This is a very important aspect. Bhagavan is saying, Chikirshur Loka Sangram. If you want to take the responsibility of the society, do it. Otherwise, you also be a follower. The leader is one who brings about change. And such a leader is a one who takes things up. That is why in the beginning itself he said, Na karmanam anarambhat naishkarmyam purushoshnute. He said, without taking initiatives, you can never go beyond action. You will have to take initiative. You have to take responsibility on your shoulder. Nobody is going to come and welcome you, give you, appoint you. That's not going to work. If it works, we are followers. And we have to follow whatever is happening in the society. So here we have an ideal in form of Puja Gurudev who has worked like this. And he's not the only one. There were so many such great people in our country. Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Raman Maharshi and all, people said he was in the same place and sitting there and all. Sitting there also, he was doing so many things. Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, people say he was just sitting there. That's all. Sometimes he would not speak also. But his very presence, why should he be there to meet people also? For him, he stays alone in a cave also, nobody is going to question him. Oh, a great Mahatma. Why? We all know more recent Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was a scientist. Then he became the president of India. After president of India, then did he stop? I am retired. Now I will go to my own native place, Rameshwaram, and sit on the bank of the beach and then read newspaper and sip a cup of coffee. No, he didn't stop. Even after his role as a president also, he continued constantly working, and his passion was talking to students, inspiring them, and he did that till the very last breath. He collapsed on the podium when he was addressing students. This, a person of knowledge, does action without any attachment, but in the same way as an ignorant person does with attachment. So looking at the way of action, nobody can make out the difference. But it is the attachment within that makes all the difference. So Bhagavan is advising us, take up this responsibility of the society, take up all the actions that need to be done and do it well without any attachment. Going further, he says, you do it well without attachment, but don't go and give sermons to people that you should not have attachment, you should not have attachment. That also is immediately saying in the next verse. Otherwise, we are like that only. I have read Gita and I have understood that you should not have attachment. So you don't have attachment. Bhagavan is saying, na buddhi vedam janayed ajnanam karma sanginam. Those people who are ignorant, those people who are attached to action, don't go and confuse them. Don't go and advise them. You lead them. Sometimes what happens is somebody is driving very fast in a direction or running fast in a direction. We suddenly say, stop. What will happen when we put in a sudden brake? They'll topple. They'll meet with an accident. It'll destroy them. Instead of that, run with them and slowly change the direction. There is na buddhi vedam janayed ajnanam karma sanginam. Don't unsettle anybody's mind. Somebody is very, very active, but yes, he's attached. You say, what is the use of doing all these things with so much of attachment? Stop doing all these things. Stopping and then restarting is very difficult. So, it is not said that you leave them and let them be ignorant and let them get destroyed. No. But don't abruptly stop and start sermonizing. Because we feel inspired by something and we want everyone to do the same thing. But everyone is on their own path. And a leader is a leader when he knows, he accepts his team the way they are. This is very important. Na buddhi vedam janayed ajnanam karma sanginam. So oneself a leader is who? Vidwan yuktaha, the one who is knowledgeable, one who is integrated, one who has that spirit of karma yoga and is doing without any attachment. Such a person, he should encourage and inspire his team and lead his team to the right direction rather than stopping it or unsettling the mind and confusing them. So if somebody is going in a direction, rather than stopping, you go with them a little bit and turn them around. If we have a team of active people, they are doing maybe with lot of attachment, fine. We should not start advising them. Rather, we should make use of that agility, energy, and divert it to the right direction. It is channelizing that we need to do, not stopping. न बुद्धिभेदम जनेद अज्ञानाम कर्म संगीनाम जोशयेत सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान युक्त समाचरण. We have to keep inspiring them, giving them a lot of energy, and that energy we will be able to give when we ourselves are engaged in that action. Come on, let's do this. People may say, let's do this. What will I get out of it? It will be there. You should not think about what you get out of it. Bhagavad Gita says we should not have any attachment. They will not understand who will work here. Go, let us go. Nothing you are getting. But encourage those people also. Okay. You are working for name and fame. Good, I will give you. But slowly, when we start doing, and the beauty of the spiritual path is that when we keep doing, after some time, the direction will change to the right direction. But here, Bhagavan is not saying only on the spiritual path. He is saying even in the worldly path. A leader is one who does not sit and sermonize things. He does not sit and unsettle the mind of his team, but he takes his team along and leads them by example, by demonstration. So this kind of leadership, Puja Gurudev gives a very, very beautiful story. He says there's this man who is very, very lazy, doesn't want to do anything, just sleeping. So we go and tell him, you should be industrious, you should be hardworking, this, that. He is not going to understand anything. So Gurudev gives an example. He says, go and tell him that you are sleeping, but how nice it would be if you have a pillow under your head. Yeah, that is true. How can I get a pillow? You can work only 2 hours every day for 1 month. And at the end of it, I will give you a pillow. Really? Okay. 2 hours every day he works. For what? For a pillow. For what? To sleep. Then, when he is about to get the pillow, we say, don't you want a soft mattress also under? It will be so nice. Yeah. I want a soft mattress. Okay, then what should I do? 2 more months. Work. Some more. So slowly what we are saying, you sleep only. For your sleeping only we are doing all these things. You don't have to stop sleeping. I am not asking you to stop sleeping. Sleeping is the best thing that you can do. Very good. You have chosen the right goal of life. Sleep. But to make it more comfortable, sleep also has to be deep. For that, you need all the facilities. So for that, work little bit. That way, slowly from that whole tamoguna, he is brought out to rajoguna. Then he gets into that rajoguna, he forgets sleeping. Now, so attached. What, one bed and one cot and one house and no. I want to expand my business. I want to do this. I want to go there, go here, so many things. All that he starts doing. Then that time, don't stop. He say, something called CSR. If you do that, it's necessary also that you have to do. So why don't you do something, some charity, some sharing? What will I get? I will come with you. I will click pictures. We will publicize that this person is so charitable. Ah, that is good. Okay, I will do. And he starts sharing little bit. Once he starts sharing, he starts finding joy in that. There are smiles of people he sees. He sees actually something effective is happening. Then slowly, he wants to share more. He wants to spend more time in seva. Slowly, that Rajoguna starts converting into Sattva. So this is the way of transformation. But if we say, don't sleep, get up, work, people will not understand. This is called Buddhi Bheda. So we have to be extremely patient as leaders. And Bhagavan says, without unsettling the mind of people, work as though you are as passionate as the ignorant one, but you, without attachment, work and lead them in the right direction. This is the way to do this action, live this life as a great leader. So the thinking need not be changed. People's thinking need not be changed. It has to be only refined, modified, adjusted. So this is what here Bhagavan is advising. Beautiful advice for leadership. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ